what I noticed at Puck Talks, it was you and Steve and Scott Wheeler on stage.
Mm-hmm.
There is your point of view is not dissimilar to ours, but it's also not exactly the same.
Right.
You have a point of view that is a little bit more of, we love the analytical approach.
Sure.
We recognize though that it's not the only approach, and yours is a little bit more. And I hate to say old school, but it's a little bit more traditional in the sense that you're looking at what you're seeing, right? But you're not discounting what the numbers are saying as well.
No, I there's value in numbers. I just don't think you cannot be a slave to numbers. I mean. I'll be brief on this. Going back to my youth, one of the things that made me more of having a wide breadth of knowledge about hockey was playing a game called Stratomatic. And Stratomatic, it was a board game back then.
I know of it.
Yeah, now it's a computer game. And basically, what they would do is they would give an offensive, a defensive rating. And a dice roll for a shot, and like a guy like Gretzky scoring 92 goals. And if you do a roll, everything on the column is a goal or a goalie rating or something like that. But it would not to get to the particulars of the game, but it took a sort of prehistoric analytical approach. It used shots on goal for offensive rating. It used shooting percentage to determine the quality of the player's shot. At that point, they used sort of just like eyeballing for, they had representatives in every NHL city, and they would do the defensive ratings. But I learned, it was easy to learn about the Sabres because they were in Buffalo, or the Leafs because I saw them on TV. I learned about guys like Charlie Simmer and Marcel Dion in Los Angeles, or Thomas Gradine in Vancouver, based on their stats and based on the cards and how we were playing. So I learned, and I still have a respect for analytics, and obviously it's much more advanced today. But I think that the problem is that people get too close-minded on one thing. I'm trying not to be too close-minded on something other than just what I see. But I think that there are people on the other side that get too close-minded about, okay, it's all in the numbers. It's not all in the numbers, because somebody can have great numbers and be a crap player. And I think I've seen too many instances of that.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Well, and another thing, of the people who maybe hold more traditional views, I like listening to you more, because we debate and talk without it ever being an argument.
Yeah.
You're never an asshole. You're never just like, what? That's ridiculous that you believe that.
Well, because my point of view when it comes to anything, and I'm not getting into politics, when it comes to politics or when it comes to sports, is you can agree to disagree, but I want to hear the other side because I can learn more about it.
Well, and I there's a lost art of the argument, which is you present yours, I present mine. Audience makes their call, but it doesn't get personal,
right?
And that's the thing that I think we need to get back to, is that it doesn't have to be a character assassination or a hit piece. It's just, I have this viewpoint and here's why, and you have that and here's why.
And the other thing about an argument is you don't need to be right at the end of it,
right?
I mean, how great would it be if you were wrong and you figured out you were wrong
and you learned?
All an argument is you're presenting information and someone else is presenting the information they know. Yeah. If you decide at the end of it, you know what? Their information's better.
Yeah.
What a great thing. You just learned something.
Whoa, but then you've changed your mind. You're a flip-flopper at that point, Steve.
You have
no. I don't understand flip-flop shaming. Is that a thing?
Yes. That is a thing.
Well,
yes, it is.
I say it's all phooey. How about that?
Wow.
You have no core. That's you have no belief system if you come off of your whatever.
How dare you learn something?
Yeah.
How dare you?
Okay. I have some views on Santa Claus I would like to share with you.